This video is about Jupiter transit to Cancer for all the ascendants. So the timestamps are mentioned, so you can go and click and check. I would like you to pay attention to the first part of the video where I will explain certain traits of Jupiter and how the transit will span out for pretty much everyone. But before that, I would like to thank all my students because I've been busy for the last couple of months. I've got a lot of comments from my viewers. So I'm all right. Thank you for checking on me. Thank you for the fantastic comments. You will hear from me more often. I was busy with a training batch of my students, my beginners Vedic astrology course. I want to thank all my students. I think some of you have really picked it up. It was a fantastic experience, and I'm going to launch my classes soon. So keep an eye out for my upcoming videos. I will launch the next training program, and I'm happy to see all of you again. All right. So let's look at these dates now. Now these dates are very, very important. October 18th to December 5th is when Jupiter will transit to Cancer. And all this is happening in a nakshatra called Punarvasu nakshatra. We will talk briefly about that as well. Now we could divide this into two parts, and I will explain this why. Because you see the dates mentioned here, right? So from October 18th to November 11th, Jupiter is going to be progressive. It's going through something called Atichari, which means it's very fast moving. It's an illusion. It's not really moving fast. It appears from Earth, just like retrograde isn't an astronomical process. It appears that a planet is moving backwards, right? Similarly, a planet moving fast or Atichari is not really happening. It's just that it appears from Earth that it's moving very fast. Does it affect you? Definitely. Just like how the retrograde planets affect you. All right. So from October 18th to November 11th, you could divide that into one half of this particular mini transit. It's like a trailer in Cancer. It's just going to hit in few, it's probably 1 degree or something, and it's going to move back to Gemini again, right? And from November 15th to December 5th, it's going to be in Cancer, but it is going to be retrograde. And we all know what happens when any planet goes retrograde. It's very, very close to the Earth, and the impact, since it's so close, the impact is very, very strong. Some astrologers think that it's about 2 to 3 times more. Okay, so depending on how Jupiter is in your natal chart, the effects will be different for different kind of people. So in this video, I will give you a general analysis for all the ascendants, and how you will look at your sign is, even if you have your moon. For example, I'm talking about a certain ascendant. If your moon is there in that particular sign, for example, I'll start with Cancer. If your moon is in Cancer, and if you have other planets in Cancer, whichever sign in your chart is very, very strong. For example, you have a 4-planet cluster in Pisces, but you are a Scorpio ascendant. You should look at it from Pisces as well. Anywhere where you have a cluster of planets, that particular sign is very, very important for you. Okay. All right. So the timestamps are mentioned, so you can check on the comments and in the description and click to your timestamps. I'm going to start with Cancer because the transit is going to be in Cancer, and then I'm going to go to Leo, and then Virgo. Yeah. So Cancer ascendants. Jupiter is the lord of your 9th house, which means Jupiter is, we know that Jupiter is a natural benefic planet. But for you, Jupiter becomes one of the most benefic planets. It's a friend of your Lagna Lord Moon as well. So especially if you're a Cancer ascendant, or even if your moon is in Cancer, or if you have a cluster of planets, if you have few planets in the sign of Cancer, especially if you have planets in Punarvasu nakshatra, either on the Gemini side or in the Cancer side, you must pay attention to this video. All right, I have mentioned the dates here. The time when Jupiter is progressive, it is supposed to be a very, very good time for you, especially if your Mahadasha is also running good. If you're running through a positive Mahadasha, the impact will be more if you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha or if you're going through Moon Mahadasha. It's gonna trigger travel and higher learning. A lot of Cancer ascendants will go through transformation for the next couple of years. So Cancer ascendants or people who have a lot of Cancer energy in their charts, I want you to mentally prepare yourself, because this could be this could be the beginning of the next big change in your life. A lot of things that you believe in, especially when it comes to your principles and how you look at certain things, it may change, or you might start questioning those things. Right? Because your 9th house is getting, your 9th house planet Jupiter of higher learning, of principles, of dharma is getting exalted. Now this could come through long distance travel. A lot of Cancer people could look at a solo trip to a different country, to a spiritual place. Some of them could be very, very interested in higher learning or even learning astrology, learning about other religions. They may question some of the principles that, or some of their own religious beliefs, especially with Saturn also being there in the 9th house. Okay, so don't be surprised why you're feeling like that. Okay. Overall, I think this, I believe this transit will be very, very, this little transit will be very, very good. And again, when Jupiter comes to your first house, it will bring higher knowledge. It will bring a lot of Cancer people may find answers to questions that they have been seeking for a very long time. Knowledge about their own selves. Questions that they have been pondering on for a very long time. Okay. So if you're planning to do something, to learn something new, this is a fantastic time, the dates that I've mentioned here, for you to focus on higher learning and follow the right path of principles. Okay. Some of you could get your loans approved, because it's also governing your 6th house. Okay, it's a great time to do charity. A lot of Cancer people might feel very idealistic. See, because Jupiter is, Jupiter has the energy of, Jupiter is not a planet that is about desires like Rahu. Jupiter is a planet, it's like a guru that would sacrifice its own happiness for the sake of knowledge and principles and dharma. So a lot of Cancer people may feel that, oh my God, all my life I have been chasing money and success, and now I think it's all empty and shallow. They might want to distance themselves from their friends and their family and try to follow a very spiritual path. They may find money and, they may find money and success very meaningless at this particular time, and it will go on for a couple of years, right? I'm also looking at Ketu. I'm looking at other planets. See, Ketu is already hovering very close to your ascendant. And after December 2026, Ketu will pass over your ascendant. And we all know that Ketu is the significator of letting go, about spiritual transformation. So, from the higher learning point of view, this is a fantastic time to visit, to travel long distance. This is again a very, very good time to do charity. Is also very, very good. For relationships, especially women, you may hear from someone that you were associated with in your past, like an ex-husband or an ex-boyfriend. They might want to get in touch with you. Okay, but do not take decisions in haste. all right, because Jupiter, exalted Jupiter, can suddenly trigger cancers to take. See, cancer ascendance or Cancer moon is driven by moon, and moon is very fast moving, and it's capable of taking impulsive decisions about life and their partner. So be a little careful and don't take decisions in haste, especially if you're going through Rahu Mahadasha, Ketu Mahadasha, or Mercury Mahadasha, or even if you're going through Saturn Mahadasha. Yeah, because Saturn is governing your 10th, your 7th house. Okay. Overall, it looks pretty good. It can trigger marriage. It can trigger a long-term relationship as well. However, you should take it very slow, because, like I said, look at the dates. This particular transit to Cancer in Punarvasu. See, it may spark things that you would have started somewhere in your past, and you think that it is unfinished. Things are not finished yet, and you see that someone has gotten in touch with you, one of your old connections, or someone that you were interested in, or you had a relationship in the past, can come back to you and want to establish contact with you. Yeah, doesn't mean that it's always good. It's just that Jupiter is throwing choices in your life, and it's your decision which path you will take. Right. Well, that's pretty much it. From the health point of view, it looks good. Your ascendant is exalted. A lot of people might come to you. You might see some of your friends going through some turmoil financially, some of your family going through turmoil financially and emotionally, and they're coming to you for help, because you will hold the energy of Jupiter. A lot of your friends and family may come to you as a counselor, and you will realize that in the next couple of months, oh wow, I'm really adding value to some people's life. I'm comforting people's emotions. They feel relaxed and calm talking to me, because you will have the energy of Guru, and you will be surprised that you're talking to them in a very idealistic way about principles, about dharma, about counseling people, the energy of a counselor. You will feel very, very happy when you're doing things for people, because this is the Cancer sign is about servicing, about other people, about how you look after other living beings, animals, healthcare, about cooking a meal, selfless, about being selfless and not wanting anything in return. You may find that your soul is very, very happy and peaceful when you're doing things like that. Okay? All right. Let's look at Leos, my favorite Leos. So Leos, this transit is happening in your 12th house. Okay? So let me know in the comments. A lot of Leos have been going through a very transformational phase for the last few months. If that's true, let me know what kind of transformation and what changes have you experienced, especially in the last few months when Ketu has been passing over your ascendant. Your 12th house will be active. See, Jupiter is again one of your most benefic planets. It's not just a benefic planet. It is it's the lord of your 5th house. It's a very good friend of the sun. And it has great power in the 12th house. So especially if you have planets in Punarvasu Nakshatra, Leos, it will trigger events in your life. So look at your charts and see which planet is in Cancer or Gemini in Punarvasu Nakshatra, because it's just going to enter your 12th house for a certain period of time. Look at the dates I have mentioned here. And then it goes retrograde on November 11th, and then goes back to Gemini in your 11th house, right? So financially, the time could be a bit tricky for some Leos that are going through very, very powerful Raj Yogas, especially those are caused by Jupiter and Mercury, and Dhan Yogas. This is a fantastic time for you all to make money. You will see that you will gain financially. For the others, this could be a time of investments and Some of you could make investments and want to travel. Some of you could want to travel to a foreign land, because 12th house is the house of foreign lands. And these particular dates, since your 12th house is active, you might want to go for a solo trip. That I want to go travel, and this could bring you good good fortune, but you need to be a little careful about how you spending your money. You must understand that Ketu is passing, we have to talk about Ketu passing over your ascendant. And Ketu passing over your ascendant is not going to give you very good results if you are trying to fulfill the materialistic desires of your heart. Because see, Ketu is not a materialistic planet. And neither is Jupiter. Both these planets are very spiritual planets. They are planets about sacrifice, about letting go, about transformation, about higher knowledge, about being very minimalistic. So if you're planning to travel to a different country for the growth of your knowledge and for higher learning, this is a good time. Very, very good time. If you want to invest in higher learning, this is a good time. So it's a good time to invest money for long-term investments. Fantastic time to do charity. Fantastic time to look at your health insurance. Yeah, because 12th house is also the house of isolation and hospitals. Anywhere that you're in isolation is seen from the 12th house. Those who are having sleep, problems sleeping, this particular time period, you may find that, wow, I'm sleeping very, very well. I'm sleeping all right now. I'm not having trouble sleeping. Okay. People who are into creative, who are into communication, creative communication, or who are into specially learning and development, coaches. See, we have a lot of people who are into leadership or who are into counseling. This is a very good time to start something new, especially in the education industry. In the education industry for children, it's a very, very good time. Investments in the stock market, long-term investments are very good. All right. Since it's also causing a Viparit Rajoga. See, Jupiter is the lord of your 8th house as well. And it's getting exalted in the 12th house, right? So this could again bring sudden transformation. So if you are planning to go to a foreign land, or if you're planning to enroll yourself in some kind of a yoga course during this particular time, or anything to do with higher knowledge about research, anything to do with astrology, Vedic astrology, anything to do with research, occult, this is the time to do it, to learn something new. And for that, you might need to travel. You might need to be completely isolated from the world, right? Especially with Jupiter, the ones going through Jupiter Mahadasha, ones going through Ketu Mahadasha. Okay. So I would also like you to be very careful with your health, because your 12th house is active, especially from the 15th of this month, which is October, to 15th of November, because your Lagna Lord Sun will be debilitated in the 3rd house, right? Your Lagna Lord being debilitated and Jupiter being in the 12th house, it can trigger health related expenses. So great time to join the gym and become really fit. All right. What else? Am I missing anything? From the money and career point of view, I think the time is very, very good. Great time to network with people who are knowledgeable people. Yeah. Even when Jupiter becomes retrograde and comes back to Gemini, I think it will bring the Cancer energy. So people who have made investments in the stock exchange, people who have invested money in some kind of a business, people who have invested money in foreign lands, it could bring you, good returns. Okay, but overall, for the next year and a half, I would request the Leos to look after their health, primarily because Ketu is passing through your first house. Like you to focus more on higher learning and connect to the spiritual energy. Do not chase material things. Chase perfection. Chase higher knowledge. Learn something new. Understand who you are. Understand yourself. Instead of trying to get a promotion, trying to do better than the others at your work. It's time to enhance your knowledge and focus on the person that you are. All right. For relationship, like I've mentioned in my early videos, this is not a good time, especially for Leo women, because Jupiter is getting exalted, but it's going to a 12th house, and again Rahu is passing through your 7th house. So it could give you it could start a new relationship, or you may see that there is someone from the foreign lands that you are interested in, or someone who's completely not from your culture. Jupiter is the karaka of a man or a husband in a woman's chart, and Rahu passing through the 7th house can cause turmoil. So if you are in a relationship already, you need to be a little more mindful in how you are dealing with your partner. All right. That's about it. I think I have mentioned about health. I have mentioned about career, money, and your relationship. Let me know if you have any questions. Right. Let's look at the Virgo ascendants. The Virgo ascendants. This particular Jupiter transit is happening in your 11th house. Fantastic. 11th house is the house of your incoming gains, your money that comes from your business deals. Incoming gains, your network circle, your friends. So people who are going through Moon Mahadasha or Jupiter Mahadasha, they might experience gains, incoming wealth during this particular time. Might be an expansion in your friend circle. People who are into social media, it's very, very good for you. You may see that your network circle and your reach in the social media is getting better and better, especially with Jupiter expanding and exalting your 11th house. Those who are into any kind of business, looks pretty good. All right. Now, is Jupiter a benefic planet for you? The answer is no. Jupiter is not a benefic planet. It gives negative results for the Virgo, because it's an enemy. Firstly, it's an enemy of your Lagna Lord Mercury. It could increase your debts and loans. So ones who are planning to get a loan, it might get approved, but make sure that you utilize that money wisely. All right. Even your court cases, the ones who are going through court cases, you might hear good news depending on how your natal Jupiter is and which Mahadasha you're running through. If you're running through a very powerful, strong Mahadasha, you may hear good news and you could win a court case that has been going on for a while. Okay. For people who are looking at relationships and marriage, this particular transit can trigger marriage, because Jupiter will look at your 7th house. It will look at Saturn, and Saturn happens to be one of your most benefic planets. So this particular transit can trigger marriage or a new relationship, and it could be with someone with a major age difference, especially with Saturn passing by and Jupiter looking at Saturn. All right. So overall, I believe this transit from the career, from money making, from networking point of view, it is very, very good. From the relationship point of view, it can give good results, especially if your Jupiter and your Saturn are good in your natal chart and the Mahadasha that you're going through. if you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha, this could definitely create this. It will trigger something with to do with your relationship. All right, and if you have benefic planets, if your natal Jupiter is well placed, if your natal Venus is well placed, it will give you positive results. If you have malefics, if you have malefics in your 7th house, it can give negative results. It could there could be some kind of a dispute with your business partners, or there could be some kind of a misunderstanding with your spouse. So be very careful during this particular time if you're in a marriage or if you're in a long-term relationship. Great time for higher knowledge. People who are, see, Jupiter is a planet that signifies higher knowledge, principles. It's a planet of dharma. So the ones that want to learn something, you want to learn something about accounting, you want to learn something so that you can progress in your career. This is a good time to do that. Those who are business owners or into contractual employment, you could look at partnering with someone at this particular time and see how it is for you. You may get a certain offer from someone they will want to partner with you. All right. Those who have older siblings, it's time to reconnect with your older siblings. And say it's a festival time in India and pretty much all over in the world. So it's a good time to reconnect. If you have had a dispute with your older sibling and you think you can resolve things with your older sibling, go ahead and do it. All right, let's look at the Libra ascendant. So for Libra ascendant, fantastic. Your 10th house is getting exalted, and Jupiter is the lord of your 6th house as well, where Saturn is sitting. So this transit for a lot of Libra people can trigger two things, especially if you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha, Saturn Mahadasha, Antardasha of these planets, or if you're going through Moon Mahadasha, or if you have a cluster of planets in the sign of Cancer or in Libra, it will trigger a new career opportunity. So the ones who have had it, please mention, or the ones who are already considering it, this is a very, very good time. Okay? So it's time to make sure that you start networking with people. You should get in touch with your old colleagues, especially your senior colleagues that are now working somewhere else. Your managers that you've had a good relationship with, your managers that you've worked with, and you believe that they have faith in you, and you have always looked at them as a guru, or that you've learned something from. It's time to get back in touch with them. All right, increase your network circle. People who want to venture into the education related industry or into healthcare industry, this is a very, very good time. Okay. After the dates I have mentioned here, especially from November 11th to December 5th, I also see a yoga of travel, long distance travel is formed. All right. So that could long distance or even short distance travel, but it will Jupiter going retrograde will trigger it. And again, when Jupiter goes to Gemini, which will happen later on in December, after December 5, it definitely creates a yoga of travel long distance. Could be to a foreign land, or could be in a place where you go for higher learning or knowledge. All right. So whenever you do that, whenever you decide that, make sure you visit a spiritual place or a temple or whatever your religion is. Just make sure that you go visit a place where people go to pray. Great time to reconnect with your gurus. Your children. Be careful, parents, how you're dealing with your children. Rahu is passing through your 5th house. Loans can get granted. People who are going through disputes or court cases, you could get positive results during this particular time when Jupiter. So this can give you very, very good results. People who are waiting for a court hearing and waiting and something is stuck, money is stuck, or it could be about a land or ancestral property dispute. Divorce cases can get resolved during this particular time in your favor if you're a Cancer ascendant. From the health point of view, this is not a very good time, especially from October 15th to November 15th. Your ascendant is debilitated. All right. However, you might feel like networking. You might feel like being the center of attention. You might, usually Libras are very social people. They like to network with people, with very strong, powerful people. A lot of Librans might have a lot of very, very influential and powerful people in their contact list. It's good time to socialize, but look after your health. Okay, not the best time because sun is debilitating your first house. All right, so eat healthy. There is a change of there could be a change in network circle for sure. All right, a lot of Librans may want to filter out their friend circle and say, hey, you know what, these people that I know for years, they're not really adding any value to me, or they're there to take something from me. So a lot of Librans may want to evaluate who they consider friends. And you would see a lot of Librans filtering people out so that they can network and connect with people that they believe are more meaningful and adding more value to their life and their career and their success. Okay, so you could feel like that. All right. Overall, from from the career and from the money making point of view, this looks very good. Women, you could meet someone, the ones who are single and you're looking forward to meet someone. This could be a good time. Jupiter is the significator of your husband or your or your long-term relationship with a man, and whenever the planet exalts, it can give you opportunities to meet someone new. From the health, like I've mentioned, Saturn is already there in your 6th house and Sun is there in your 1st house. Sun is not a very good planet. Sun is a malefic planet, and Sun becomes a very malefic planet for you, and it's passing over your Lagna, so it may give you negative results. So look after your health, especially your head area, your neck area, your feet area. Could be prone to injuries as well. Scorpio ascendants. If you have a cluster of planets in Scorpio, you should watch this video, watch this part of it. Jupiter, one of your most benefic planet, it's getting exalted in your 9th house. So your 9th house is getting exalted. What is the 9th house? 9th house is higher learning, your principles, your dharma. And from there, Jupiter is looking at your Lagna. It's looking at Scorpio. It is looking right back at Saturn in your 5th house. And it's also the Lord of your 5th house. So it is forming a very powerful yoga for you. All right. So it's a fantastic transit, especially if you are going through Jupiter Mahadasha or if you're going through Jupiter Antardasha. It's a great time to go for higher learning. Good time to reconnect with your gurus, anyone that you consider as your guru or you've learned something from. And especially if you have not been in touch with them, or if you've had a conflict with them, it's time to resolve those conflicts and get back in touch with them. All right, and say thank you. No matter what happened between us, but I have learned something from you, and I always have gratitude in my heart because of that. You will get fantastic results. Long distance travel could be triggered during this particular time, especially between when Jupiter is progressive in the sign of Cancer. All right, now it's going to stay in Cancer till December 5th, but the part from November, the dates that I have mentioned here, November 11th to December 5th, it will go back to your 8th house. And again trigger transformation from higher learning, things that you have learned, about dharma, about principles. So Cancer, the Cancer energy and the Scorpio. You're a Scorpio ascendant. So what is it going to do? It's going to give you transformation that you have, brought in from things that you have learned about principles and dharma. Okay? Great time to enhance your knowledge. People who are trying to or considering a profession in education industry, especially online education, it's a great time. People who are looking at the travel industry, it's a fantastic time. Also, good time to take blessings from your guru and blessings from your father and your mother, because your mother and father were your initial gurus, your initial people who taught you, from the time you were a child. So they are also your gurus. All right. For women, it can trigger marriage and a long-term relationship. So it's a very good time, right? But remember, when Jupiter goes retrograde, it can cause ups and downs. But you could meet someone from your past life during this particular transit, especially the time till November 11th. And then when again Jupiter goes in Cancer properly later on in 2026 June, I think. I will make separate videos for that. But this could be the time that you meet someone, or someone from your past reconnects with you and says, hey, you know what, let's try to work things out. So all that can be seen. I do not want you to take decisions in haste. All right. Scorpios can be extremely emotionally driven and can be very volatile at times, and they could take some of their major decisions about their life. And this applies for not just Scorpio ascendants. It is for Scorpio moons especially, and people who have 3 or more planets in Scorpio. Mention in the comments if it's true, if you've taken some of your major decisions of your life, and some of them that you don't consider the most wise decisions. If you go back and analyze and look at them, you will see that they were not the most logical decisions. They were made from Scorpio. They were decisions that you made because of your emotions, where logical thinking was not in play. So don't do the same thing again, especially if it comes to anything that you're considering that could change your life. So, you see, Jupiter will be in Punarvasu Nakshatra. This could be the return of many, many things. That could be, people who have left certain ventures halfway through in their past, something they were learning in the past, and they would want to get back to that. Women especially, something that a relationship that was there in their past. Because see, Jupiter is the karaka of a man or a husband in their lives. So you could feel that, hey, you know what, there is something that is unfinished, still left from that, and I need to go close and bring closure to that. And you must understand that no third person can ever give you closure. It's a process that is within you, and it's an illusion that Rahu causes. That closure is something that a third person is capable of giving you. No third person can give you closure. No one else can give you closure. It's only you who can. All right. So if you're going through these things, it's time to look at things very rationally and not to take decisions emotionally. Okay. Like I said, it's people who are going through Sun, Mars, Mercury or Venus Mahadasha will definitely want to travel and want to move to a different country also. All right. Because your 4th house is active, Rahu is there. People who are going through Rahu or Saturn Mahadasha, they might want to relocate and want to go to a different place, and I want that change in my life. Especially if you're around the age of 29, 30 or even 36, 42, in your late 50s, you might want to consider these things. All right. But like I said, you must take a rational decisions and not base your decisions on your emotions. Okay. Overall, fantastic time for higher learning and knowledge. Okay. If you travel somewhere, make sure you visit a religious place. Great time for introspection. Great time to understand more about yourself. Okay. So anyone who's any Cancer ascendants or anyone with a strong Cancer energy and Scorpio energy should. Why I'm saying Cancer? Because Jupiter is, these are all 5 and 9 from Jupiter. All right. And there is a lot of impact with Saturn in Pisces and Jupiter in Cancer in this particular transit, and Scorpio is a water sign, right? So there could be a lot of urge for you to change who you are, make that change in your life, especially when Jupiter goes retrograde. Okay. People who are going to invest money, make sure that you invest long term. You may get very, very good result. And people who have invested in the past, you will see that this particular transit of Jupiter, especially in the stock exchange or any kind of business where you get returns in long term, you may see that your money has multiplied. It's a good transit from the money point of view. All right. I've mentioned about your relationships as well, about your health. Like I said, especially from till 15th of November, it is not the best time. Okay, there could be, there's a lot of action in your 12th house. We have to look at other planets also, right? There's a cluster in your 12th house. So hospital expenses, there could be expenses in the hospital. Watch out for injuries into the leg and feet, feet, knees, and especially your feet area. Okay. From the health point of view, this may not be a very good time for travel, for higher knowledge, for education, for anything to do with gaining spiritual knowledge, relationships. It could be a good time. All right. Sagittarius ascendant. Let's look at the Sagittarius ascendants. Sagittarius ascendant, Jupiter is your Lagna Lord. And whenever the Lagna Lord is transiting, it definitely has a big trigger in a person's life. So I think this year could be very, very transformational for the Sagittarius people. There is a lot of impact going on in Sagittarius. Saturn is looking at Sagittarius from end of March. A lot of Sagittarius ascendants have had a big change in life from end of March this year, and now Jupiter going into the 8th house. Right? You must be wondering, all those Sagittarius people who are wondering that, okay, why does my ascendant Lord Jupiter exalt in the 8th house, right? As someone asked me that, I would like to mention that because this transit is about that, right? The 8th house, Jupiter is the guru, is the energy of a guru, Dev Guru Brahaspati. Now, Jupiter, the planet Jupiter, is not about comforting yourself, which is why it goes in exaltation in the sign of Cancer, which is a sign for service to the other people, service to other living beings. It's a sign for looking after, nurturing other living beings, higher education, higher knowledge. So Jupiter is a kind of a guru that can sacrifice his or her own well-being for the sake of principles, dharma, for the sake of higher knowledge, without being selfish, without thinking about its own well-being. Which is why Sagittarius ascendants are, their Lagna Lord Jupiter goes to the 8th house transformation and exalts itself. So Sagittarius people can go through some major transformation in their lives. If it's already happened, let me know in the comments. And when it happened, you must see that Jupiter must have something to do with Cancer. And this particular transit could be that. It could be a change of belief system. It could be a change of a lot of things. It could be, you could suddenly see that, oh my God, I understand this now. I was not able to understand it all along, but now it all makes sense. Why this happened to me. All right. So a lot of Sagittarius ascendants during this particular time may want to make sudden changes, because the 8th house is sudden change. That, okay, I have figured this out, I have understood this, and yeah, from now on, this is changed forever. It's the same thing that the light of a guru, can completely take away ignorance in a person. And this is what happens. Okay, so from the monetary point of view, especially there's a lot of action in your 4th house, which is your home. So you could a lot of Sagittarius ascendants may have gained house, vehicles, and property in the last few months, the first half of this year, and a lot of them have suddenly changed, or they have been forced to change their home, which they consider home. Some of you could have moved cities, or moved to a different country altogether. Okay. And this particular transit of Jupiter could again trigger similar things, depending on how strong your natal Jupiter is and what is there in your 4th house. What are the planets in Punarvasu Nakshatra in your chart? So if you have planets in the sign of Cancer and Gemini, especially in Punarvasu Nakshatra, you would definitely see trigger of events. Now, from the relationship point of view, this is not I would not consider this as a very good sign. Because Jupiter is not very comfortable, although the 7th house is pretty good for Jupiter. It gives money, it gives gains, it gives financial success and increases the network circle. So a lot of Sagittarius ascendant people, or people with a lot of Sagittarius energy may have noticed an expansion in their friend circle in the last few months, or especially the first half of this year. Look back a couple of years from now and say, oh wow, I know a lot more people. They did not exist in my life, and now I know so many people, right? Because Jupiter was looking at your 11th house, and bringing in gains from there, bringing the contacts that you made may have been very fruitful for you from the monetary point of view. You could have built contacts that were beneficial for you, right? Now, the 8th house transit of Jupiter being exalted definitely calls for transformation. So all the Sagittarius people who are trying to transform their health, fantastic time to look after your health and start going to a gym and transform yourself. Transformation is not just of the mind, it is of the body. And people who are wanting to learn something new, especially to do with occult, astrology, higher knowledge, this is a fantastic time. People who are interested in research related industry, anything to do with research, higher knowledge, this is what Jupiter's transit is triggering for you. Okay. It can trigger travel as well to a foreign land. It can trigger isolation as well. People who are interested in being isolated, going on a solo trip. From the monetary point of view, again, I consider this pretty good. Jupiter is looking at your 2nd house. People who are planning to buy land, property, vehicles, this could also, especially if you're going through positive Mahadasha in your 4th house, and your Mahadasha is strong, this is good for you. Yeah. People who have moved countries, changed cities, can look at a new home. Because Jupiter from the 8th house is looking at your 4th house and looking at Saturn from there. All right. So your 4th house is getting exalted. So you could look at you could look at considering something as your new home. Could look at renovation. And for others, it could be relocation. They could be lost. They could be wanting, they could be in, they could be questioning, okay, should I live here? Should I live there? What to do? I don't know. Is this where my home is? Because Saturn's energy would want to push them out of home. All right. You need to communicate very effectively. The ones in a relationship already, this could cause, this may bring some kind of a friction. Especially women, you may hear from some of your ex-husbands or ex-boyfriends. So it could trigger that. Especially if you're single, you could meet someone. Take decisions wisely and take your time. A good time, the married people, it's good time to visit your in-laws and be nice and good to them. Right? That's pretty much it. Let's look at the Capricorn ascendant. Yes, your 7th house is getting exalted. So people who have if you have a good 7th house, a positive 7th house, those who are going through Moon Mahadasha, women especially if you're going through Moon Mahadasha, Jupiter Mahadasha, even men going through Moon Mahadasha, this could trigger, if you're single, this could trigger the beginning of a long-term relationship. If you are looking forward to get married, this could trigger marriage. Fantastic transit for meeting new people. People who are in business, this could trigger a business partnership. Jupiter from there will look at your 11th house of incoming gains. So you could increase your network circle and this could be monetarily very beneficial for you. It also looks at Saturn, your Lagna Lord. Very, very good. Dev Guru Brahaspati, the significator of higher knowledge and principles, looking at your Lagna Lord. Great time for you to invest in higher education to learn something new. Or people who are trying to get into, people who are considering an industry to do with education, especially a business to do with online education. This is a fantastic, fantastic time. People who are already employed and they want to upskill themselves, learn something new. This is a very, very good time. Fantastic time for business owners to look at business partnership. People who are interested in the healthcare industry or any industry where you are providing a service which is beneficial to other people. Food and beverages industry. Very, very good idea. But like how you always make long-term plans, Capricorn people, all business plans or everything, your marriage plan, anything to do with relationships, anything to do with money making, startup companies, career, it all needs to be long-term. Don't look at a seasonal business plan that I will open a small restaurant just for the winter, just for a few months. That is not going to work out for you. You will just open a class for just a few months, an online class. You need to look at the next 5 years, 10 years, because Capricorn is about long-term duties and responsibilities. You need to have the same vibration of your ascendant, of the Capricorn energy. All right. So I have more good news for you. It's all looking good. Your 12th house will also be active. So be careful with investments. Like I said, you might get an opportunity to invest in a business. Women, you could meet someone from foreign lands, from a different culture, because Jupiter from the 12th house is exalting your 7th house. All right. Why I'm saying women? Because Jupiter is the karaka of a husband in a woman's chart. 3rd house getting exalted, which is very, very good. So your communication, your relationship with your younger siblings, your neighbors, make sure that you are maintaining good relationship with them. Do not get into dispute with your neighbors and your younger siblings. Your communication should be very, very precise. Talk about knowledge and be very polite when you're speaking, because see, Rahu is in the 2nd house. Rahu can give a lot of arrogance to people. when it's transiting in the second house, in the first house. All right. So don't absorb the energy of Rahu. Instead, absorb the energy of Saturn. Saturn is very humble. Saturn is not arrogant. Jupiter is not particularly humble, but Jupiter's communication is more about wisdom and being idealistic about higher knowledge. But Jupiter isn't known for being the most humble at times, right? Like Saturn is extremely humble. All right. Jupiter is looking at Saturn, so it's forming a dharma karma adhipati yoga, which means it's time to utilize the knowledge that you have acquired in your education and your work and put it to work now. See how you can implement that knowledge so that it's good for your career and your business. Okay. All right. Let's look at the Aquarius people. Rahu is transiting on your first house. How's it going for you? All right. Are you all right? Are you considering fulfilling all your materialistic desires? You want to travel the whole world, move to a different country. Jupiter is a planet that is governing both your money related houses, and that is going to the 6th house. So people, this could be a fantastic time for you to gain. Both your money houses are getting exalted. So fantastic. It's getting exalted in the 6th house, so people could gain from getting a loan sanctioned for their business, getting a loan sanctioned for a student loan for education, a pending court case can get resolved and you can get money. Someone from your family can suddenly say, hey, you know what, this is the money that I had saved for you and it's matured now. One of your investments could mature and you could get that money. What will you do with that money? You must make sure that a portion of the money that you get, it should go for charity. See, 6th house is the house for service for other people, especially animals. Help the people, help the poor people that are not able to pay for their medicines. This is a fantastic time to do that. Okay. From the relationship point of view, this is not a very good time, right? Rahu and Ketu axis on your 1st and 7th. So it can cause some kind of a separation, like I've said. Especially if you're a woman, your Jupiter is the significator of your husband. It's going to the 6th house. So it's a time to avoid any disputes. There could be separation, either emotional or physical separation from your spouse. All right. From the money and career point of view, it looks very good, this particular transit. You need to focus on your health. See, the 6th house is, especially if you're going through Moon Mahadasha, or you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha, you're going through Rahu or Saturn Mahadasha, this could give you health related issues. So you need to take extra care of your health. Eat very simple food. Do not, you could put on a lot of weight during this particular time, especially if you're going through Rahu and Jupiter Mahadasha, or even Moon Mahadasha, Antardasha, Jupiter, Rahu, Antardasha. All right. Eat healthy. Do not intoxicate. Do not get into the habits of smoking, drinking, eating too much sweets or anything that is unhealthy for your body during this particular time. Okay. There could be a change of place, or people could have some kind of an issue with their home or their property, your vehicle and your land, but I don't think it will be a major one. People who are going through issues with their vehicles, with their home, with their land and property, it could resolve during this particular time, because Jupiter at this time will look at Saturn. Okay. That's pretty much it. I wish you all the best. Let's look at the Pisces ascendant people. How is it going? Pisces ascendant and the Pisces moon, your Sade Sati, all the Pisces moon people. Right? People who have planets in Punarvasu Nakshatra. Jupiter is it's your Lagna Lord. It's one of your most benefic planet. Your Lagna Lord is getting exalted. So all the people, Pisces moon, all the Pisces ascendant, or if you have a cluster of planets in Pisces, I think the last few months have been quite transformational for you, especially Saturn going retrograde. So let me know in the comments. I want to make a separate video for the Pisces moon people and the Pisces ascendant people. But just this particular transit is going to bring some relief for a certain amount of time. Remember, Jupiter will go retrograde. Watch out for this date. I want to make a separate video. I can't cover all of that. The video has already gone over an hour. November 11th to onwards, this retrograde will be there for 120 days. It will be retrograde till March 11th. And during that time, from November 11th to December 5th, it will be in Cancer, and then it will be in Gemini. Okay. So what does this have in store for you? So firstly, the 5th house getting exalted is very, very good. It's a very good sign. Let me tell you that. Okay. Your past lives, all the good things that you have, all the good karmas are all locked there in the 5th house. So your 5th house will definitely give you good results. Jupiter is controlling your ascendant, and it's also for the world outside for you, your career. So this could give you fantastic results for people who are in their own business. In their career wise, you could hear very, very good news, especially the entire time Jupiter is in Cancer. So keep an eye out for that. Let me know if that happens. People who are interested or into the education or the healthcare industry, pharmaceuticals, in the travel industry, education industry, this is a fantastic time for you. Anything that or if you're counselors, anything that you're doing, if your business is associated with foreign lands, or you yourself are in a foreign land, if you're considering higher knowledge and education, fantastic time for you. If you're planning to do something online for education for children, fantastic time for you. Anything to do with tours and travels, you'll get very, very good results. You yourself want to become an independent consultant, and you want to now teach people what you have learned. You want to become an educator yourself. This is a very, very good time. You want to get into becoming a counselor. Very good time. You want to get into something which is creative, something which is using your creative ability. You want to focus on being spiritual. You want to give spiritual counseling and advice to people. This is a fantastic time for all the Pisces people. From the relationship point of view, it's from the money making, from the relationship point of view, I think a lot of people who have been going through turmoil, this could bring a lot of relief. But the next few months will be challenging for you, let me tell you. Okay, so a lot of Pisces people would have said, oh my God, my entire life has changed. This is supposed to be a life-changing transit. Let me tell you, Jupiter stays in a sign for about a year. Jupiter will be spending almost 300 days plus just in Punarvasu Nakshatra, up and down. And this is supposed to bring back things from your past. Women, you may experience that someone from your past has come back in your life. It could be an ex-husband or an ex-boyfriend that has suddenly come, and you're like, oh my God, I don't want that. But you don't know what to do. So it's time to be very wise and take decisions with a lot of logical thinking. All right. So from the relationship bit, I don't think this is the best time. But like I said, for the ones that are single, they might get an opportunity to meet someone. It will happen during the dates that I've mentioned here. But Jupiter will eventually go back to your 4th house. However, Jupiter in the 5th house in Cancer, you will get the ones that are in crossroads, and they are thinking, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I don't know which direction to go. You will get your answers. Okay. A great thing to do is to get back in touch with your gurus, people that you have learned something from, anyone that you consider that you have learned something from, anyone that you consider as your guru. It's a great time to get back in touch with them and say, hey, you know what, I just wanted to tell you, thank you very much, have gratitude, show gratitude that I've learned something from you. You will get very, very positive results. Great time to help people who come to you to learn something. People who are coming to, hey, can you help me with that? I don't know how to do it. You should go out of your way to go and sit with them and say, hey, you know what? I will help you out. I will tell you. If anyone coming to you to gain knowledge, you should not deny that person. And the ones who are wanting to learn something new, this is a fantastic time. It's a great time to learn something new. Jupiter's 9th drishti is falling on Saturn, on ascendant. So people who are waiting to get that new job, who've lost their jobs, good news for you. Let me know when that happens. You will get that job that you wanted. All right. Let's talk about the Aries ascendant. So the Aries ascendant people, Jupiter is exalted in your 4th house. Fantastic. Jupiter happens to be one of your most benefic planets. So travel, it opens your bhagya, your luck. People in the travel industry, people in the education industry, fantastic news for you. So what you do is you go for a long distance travel, and when you go for a long distance travel, make sure you visit a religious place and offer your gratitude. Thank you very much, and you get fantastic results. Time to renovate your home. People who might want to buy new vehicles and property during this time. Looks fantastic. People who are looking for a job in a different country, people who are looking to get a new job, people who have lost their job in the last few months, you would be able to get a new opportunity during this particular time. So I have great news for the Aries ascendant. From the relationship point of view, this may not be the best time. There could be a lot of friction in your relationship during this particular time. So make sure that there is peace at home, especially when Jupiter goes back to the dates I've mentioned. When Jupiter goes retrograde, if you're a woman, make sure that you are careful. If you're single, be careful who you are investing emotionally into. Okay, from the money. So if the Aries ascendants have lost they've had a big change in their job, they're not liking their jobs, eventually things will fall in place. So nothing to worry about. Ones who want to get into social media, this is a fantastic time. The ones who want to start their own business, ones who want to get into, ones who want to travel, go to a foreign land, the ones who are wanting to make investment, this is a fantastic time to make long-term investments, guys. Invest in land and property. Land, very, very good time to make investments. You've been working abroad and you've been wanting to invest money in your hometown. This is a good time. Or you want to buy something in a foreign land. This is a good time to do it. But you need to think it through and make sure that it's a long-term investment. Okay. All right. Let's look at the Taurus ascendant. So the Taurus ascendants, Jupiter is exalting your 3rd house. Fantastic. From there, Jupiter looks at your 7th house. And Jupiter looks at Saturn in your 11th house. If you're going through Mars Mahadasha, if you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha, this could trigger marriage or a new relationship for people who are single. For business owners, this is a fantastic one. People who are into business, this could trigger profits. Jupiter will expand. Jupiter will give its blessing towards business partnership, especially if your 7th house is strong, especially if your Mars is very strong. If you have planets in the 7th house, in the sign of Scorpio, if you have planets in Scorpio, if you have planets in Pisces, you could feel a change in network circle. You would see that you're networking with people of different spheres in life. You're networking with people from different spheres of life, And that network circle could give you your next business opportunity. So keep your eyes open so that you network with the right kind of people. Very, very important. People who are into anything to do with creativity, especially with their hands. This is a fantastic time. People who are artists, people are into the communication industry, into advertising, into social media. This is time to expand, focus primarily. See how technology can help you. See, Rahu is also, we have to look at Rahu, we have to look at other planets as well. People who are into anything to do with anything creative where technology is involved, like graphic designing. This is a great time for you to look at different opportunities and how you can expand and position yourself online more effectively on social media. You will get fantastic results. Great time for people who want to learn about AI. If you think that there is something missing in your career, if you think that there is something missing in, especially if you're into banking or if you're into something to do with artwork or social media, a lot of people with Taurus energy may have interest in social media. They must be part of large organizations. You should look at how you can upskill your knowledge, especially if you think that you miss technical knowledge. Jupiter transiting there wants to trigger higher knowledge, okay? And especially Rahu transiting in your 10th house can give you a fickle mind about your job. You would say, I want to do this, I want to do that. You might want to do so many things, but when it comes to execution, you see that, oh my God, I'm not able to execute anything. Okay, so it's time to give that more importance so that you have a very, very disciplined way of looking at your own life. That in the morning you will do certain things, and then you will do certain things, so that you're approaching. You have realistic goals for yourself to meet in a particular day. The ones who have been doing that, they will get positive results. The ones that haven't, you will see that because of you not being organized and systematic, you're not able to meet that. So great, this particular dates that I've given you, especially the time when Jupiter is progressive, it's a great time to look at new career opportunities. The ones looking for a job, you may have good news. And when Jupiter goes retrograde and eventually goes back to Gemini, it can give you very, very positive results monetarily. It opens up a very powerful Dhan Yoga. So good news from career and from the finances. From your relationship point of view, it's again very good, especially the time that Jupiter is in Cancer and it's progressive. When Jupiter is retrograde, it can trigger events. You need to be very careful, right? So overall, fantastic for the Taurus people. Not the best time for your health, so it's time to have a routine for yourself. If you're following a strict routine, this is a great time to enroll yourself in the gym, so that you're going to the gym and or doing something about your health at a certain time every day, and then you will see the rest of your days falling in place. Okay, all right, let's look at Gemini. Gemini ascendants, your second house is getting exalted. Fantastic, isn't it? Right? Great time for money. So second house is the house of money, your family, your voice. So you might see that Gemini love speaking, talking and communicating. This is a time you will see that you have a lot of interest in communicating with your family. There could be someone in your family that is going for a pilgrimage. You might see that someone from your parents or grandparents or someone from your family is saying, hey, we are going to this particular place, and then we are going to this church, or we are going to this temple. Do you want to come with us? Please go ahead and do that. You'll get positive results. All right. This also triggers some kind of a financial help from your family, or you yourself. You might have invested money somewhere. It is exalting your second house, your savings. So it's a good From the financial point of view, it is very good. From the health, I've said that before, that you need to watch out on your eating, especially milk related products, anything that is that can make you put on weight. Overall, even when Jupiter is retrograde and coming back to Gemini, see, Jupiter is a benefic planet. It may not be the best planet for you. Jupiter isn't a very benefic planet for you guys. Mercury and Jupiter are not very good friends. All right, but it's time to focus on higher learning and being more principle oriented, especially if you have planets in Punarvasu Nakshatra. If you have planets in your natal chart, look at your natal chart, look at the transit chart here. Compare these two charts and see, if you have planets in Gemini, if you have planets in Cancer, it will trigger certain events. Okay, and Jupiter is the lord of your 7th house. Your 7th house is getting exalted. So women, you can meet someone, the ones who are single. Why am I saying women? Because Jupiter is the karaka of husband and men. All right. The ones who are single, great time to meet someone. The ones who are in a relationship already could consider marriage. But again, like I said, see this exaltation will happen in 8th from itself, so it can bring sudden changes. People could suddenly meet someone and want to suddenly get married. Don't do that. All right. Take your time. Take your time to take these decisions, especially if you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha or Rahu Mahadasha, Ketu Antardasha. If you have planets if you have malefic planets in the sign of Sagittarius, you need to be very careful who you are dealing with. You need to take your time to take any life-changing decision, especially if it's a marriage. Even getting into business partnership, if you're getting into business partnership with someone, you should take your time, evaluate everything, do a background check before you do that. Okay? From the people who have a very strong 7th house and a strong 10th house, this could bring very positive changes to their career and their business. So good news there for you. Okay. I've already mentioned about health. So overall, from your career, from your money making, it looks very good. People who are interested in doing something to do with online education, this is a fantastic time. People who are interested in doing something in social media, this is a fantastic time. Travel vloggers, people who want to do something to do with travel, tours and travels, this is a very good time. This particular transit could also trigger travel, long distance travel, especially if you're going through Rahu and Jupiter Mahadasha. Okay. So let me know in the comments, especially career related to education, higher education looks fantastic at this particular time. All right. Health, I've already mentioned. Nothing to worry about. But yes, your eating habits. It's the end of the year in pretty much all countries and in all religions. It's the time for festivals, and people end up eating unhealthy during this time. So you need to make sure that you are eating healthy. All right. 2nd house, how you speak is very important. So make sure that you have the wisdom of Jupiter when you're speaking to people. It's time to, if you have nothing good to say, it's better to be quiet. If you have nothing positive to say about anyone, if you want to criticize someone, it should be something which is beneficial to them, not to mock them or demean people. So when you're trying to talk to a friend or a family member and you think that you want to highlight their negatives, the intention should be to help them change, give them solutions instead of mocking them. All right. The Punarvasu Nakshatra could trigger a lot of things that you have left halfway unfinished with your family and about yourself and your business and your past relationships. Courses that you've not completed in your past.
you might want to revisit them during this particular time, or an opportunity might show up and you say, oh my God, I used to do this. I have half knowledge about this. This was left unfinished and I would like to do it again. Make sure you do it better this time. Right, that's all I have for you. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any comments, make sure you put in your comments here so that we can have a meaningful discussion. If you like this video, hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. If you need a consultation, my information is right here. That's all I have for you. Stay tuned for more. Thank you very much for your time. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.